Hello there YouTube, it's Katie. Welcome to my weekly weigh-in. Sorry I was gone last week again. Every time I make promises to come back, something happens. I was sick with laryngitis and I'm still recovering and all that. Have my voice back, which is promising, so that's good. This is my week 59. Update with lap band. Today is February 3rd of 2011. How are you guys? I am mucho better. A lot of stuff to talk about, but I thank you guys for your sweet messages from the last video. I came across as just being down and out and just frustrated, and I was. It's by all means not my norm. Usually I'm pretty upbeat and positive and all that, so I'm back. I'm here, so continuing on. So, from last time I was with you guys, my weight was at, let's see, 195.6, and today I'm 192.8. So that's exciting because the 180s are right around the corner, which just sounds amazing. Number one, that's an awesome place to be, I'm guessing. And, you know, overall, my weight loss, I've lost 115.8 pounds. That's nuts. Exciting, amazing, I love it, it's awesome. What else can I say, right? It's phenomenal. Which is almost 2 pounds a week since the beginning of my weight loss journey when I started at 308.6 pounds. So I'm very happy with that. And it's kind of strange because I'm really getting sick of the 190s, right? I feel like I've been in the 190s since I hit Wonderland, which was like mid-December. So I'm ready to get out of the 190s. But you know, going through the holidays and all that and being sick, and I mean, the past 2 weeks I was away from the gym for 8 days because I was just sick, like sick. And my first day back to the gym was 2 days ago, I believe, and I was just coughing up a storm on the treadmill, and just, yeah, so I was stir crazy, number one, and was ready to get back into some kind of physical activity, so I was uber excited to get back on the treadmill. I knew I wasn't going to be able to jump on it like my normal pace, but I was just excited to be on it and out of my house. So, let's see where to start. So, I was sick. So what that means is the second 5K that I have actually signed up for, scheduled, whatever you want to call it, it's almost like I have a 5K curse. The first one I had actually paid for, signed up for, was the Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure for Breast Cancer, and I got a spider bite staph infection right before it. Couldn't run. This one, I get laryngitis, can't run. So literally, you know, that's 2 5Ks that I have, you know, signed up for, and I was not able to run them. So I'm wondering if there's something to this 5K curse. Hopefully my third time's a charm. I don't know, but I'm still running, you know, normal at the gym and everything, but these races that I actually like want to run and sign up for, something always happens, so that's weird. Anyway, so as I was saying, I get sick of, you know, with numbers on the scale as far as like a series of numbers, meaning, you know, when I was in the 260s, I was sick of being in the 260s, I wanted in the 250s. Same thing goes, you know, each 10 pounds I get down. I'm sick of the 190s. I want to be in the 180s. It sounds like a cooler place to be. And, you know, just even saying that I want the 180s doesn't even sound realistic, because you know, when I started I was, you know, over 300 pounds, 308.6 pounds. That's a chunk of weight. And, I had so much, you know, hope and drive to get to where I am now, and still to continue to go further. That now that I'm, you know, sit back and look and think, you lost 115 pounds, like, where did the time go? Like, I mean, you know, saying it's week 59, okay, but those weeks just fly by. I mean, It's crazy. It's crazy. So I'm ready for the 180s, and then the 170s, and then the 160s, and then my goal, 159, and then I'll reevaluate at that time, but that's my goal for now, 159. So, you know, being at 192.8 this morning, that was really exciting to see, because that's really close to the 180s. So that's my next big stop, and that's exciting. So, let's see here. There's officially under 100 days until the Las Vegas meet and greet for myself and my two other ladies that I'll be going with, Casey Quinn and Bex Gets Banded. Very excited, and to meet everybody else as well, but those are two girls that I will be staying with. So, you know, it's drive, it's motivation. We're doing a challenge together, you know, based on percent of body weight that we lose between, I think, 4 or 5 weeks ago and between then and the actual meet and greet. So it's a good motivator, you know, it keeps me on track, and, you know, I'm excited. So under 100 days left until Vegas. That just sounds really, really close, which is fun. I've had a lot of band issues lately. And again, to kind of fill you in on my history with my lap band, I have the Realize lap band. I have an 11cc lap band, and I currently have 11 cc's in my band. So I've had, I think, 5 fills overall, and I haven't had a fill since April of 2010. I've been content. You know, the Realize is a very bendy, flexible lap band, and 99% of the time it is the exact amount for me. There is a 1% time when I'm wondering where my lap band is, because I feel like my quantities just all of a sudden get really, really large. However, then on the flip side, there's days like I had yesterday, days that really scare me. So yesterday, and I know part of it has to do with the fact that I've been sick. You know, when I'm sick or stressed, my body and my band just kind of like butt heads. So yesterday, literally, I felt like whatever I tried to eat, whatever it was, would not go down. Whether it was, let me think of everything I tried to consume yesterday. In fact, it was the first day ever since having my band in 59 weeks that I wasn't even, you know, succeeding at getting liquid down, like a protein shake. I had tried salad, I had tried lunch meat, I had tried, God, granola. I mean, I literally tried anything. And then when all that failed, I went to the protein shake thinking, well, at least it's liquid, I can get that down. No, that was coming up. And I was starting to get, you know, annoyed and frustrated, and my poor husband, you know, it freaks him out when I throw up, period. Because he sees it as, you know, me being in pain, when really, if you are, you know, have ever PB'd or thrown up, you know, it's just like done, move on, you know, literally you could do it in the conversation, like, move on. So it's not painful, it's just, it's annoying because I want to eat, I'm hungry, but then it gets stuck, and then I feel incredibly full, and then you get hungry like 10, 20 minutes later, and so it's just, it's more annoying than it is anything. So he's seeing me all day long, you know, go through this process, and he's like, maybe you should have some fluid taken out, something doesn't seem right. And I'm like, here's the deal, there are days when we go to, you know, Chipotle to have Mexican food or something, and I get like, you know, a burrito bowl with like protein stuff, and I can eat the whole thing. There are days when I can have 2 bites. My band just chooses and picks and chooses what days, you know, it wants to do what. I'm on board with that, that's fine, but I have to be aware that some days, like yesterday, are going to happen. But it was starting to make me nervous, you know, so I woke up this morning really nervous and wondering how my band was going to be today. Was it going to let me eat? Was it going to let me eat anything or nothing? Or, you know, you never know. So today was completely fine. You know, it's fine. So it must have just been a finicky, weird day with my band. Who knows? I'll chalk it up to that. So those will happen, you know, and it was kind of a panic. It was something new, especially not being able to get a liquid down. That was new and different. So that was that. The next topic that I have been thinking a lot about, because I've had a lot of conversations about this recently, and I don't know if anybody or everybody will relate to this. And I say that because I think it depends on how large you started, how your skin stretched, how much you've lost. There's so many factors that play into, getting closer to your goal and being comfortable with where your body is. So when I was 308 pounds, I didn't have, saggy skin because I was stretched to the max, right? I have stretch marks all over my body. It is what it is. I'm just a very stretchy person. So the more weight I have lost, after losing 115 pounds, my body has definitely deflated, if you will. So there are problem areas that I have on my body that I don't like, as far as, looking and really showing my loose skin. And 90% of the time it doesn't bother me because it's under my clothes, nobody can see it. It would be purely just between myself and my husband, and for the record, he's never turned me down. We've been together for 12 years, so it is what it is. It's more me, and it's mental, and I know that. And it's a hard thing to get past, and I know there are other people out there who go through that same struggle, and I'm trying to find that balance. For the most part, most days I'm great with the fact that I've lost this weight and that I have this extra skin. I am. There are days, or moments that it really does bother me because I have put so much work and effort into losing this weight that you kind of forget that there are still going to be side effects. So I'm getting into that chapter, of the lap band book, if you will, of, getting through the struggles of being pre-op and post-op and months down the road and being excited about your weight loss and getting healthy with, working out, and then getting your body finally to that point where you're approaching that final goal and having to realize, be okay with what's left of your body. But ultimately, it's not like I'm stuck with this option. I was unhappy before and I chose lap band, and if I am continually getting to be, less happy with how my body or appearance is, I can always consider plastics. So knowing that in the back of my mind does make me feel better, and that puts a sense of ease. I myself, my husband and I don't have kids yet, so I don't know if I would necessarily have plastics before having kids, mainly just because of the logistics of it, if I'm going to have a child or do something that's going to alter my body figure. So maybe considering plastics after that. So there's a lot of factors, but I just know that I'm not the only person that has these thoughts regarding being happy for yourself and getting to a point where you've lost weight, but also being dissatisfied on a small scale with what you see in the mirror. It's a weird realization to come to, but that's why we're all here. It's support. Nobody understands this more than the people that we talk to every single day. I can sit there and tell my mom or my husband or my friend non-weight loss related, information about how I'm feeling about this topic, but unless you've actually physically gone through it, it's hard to find someone to relate to that and understand what you're going through. So believe me, that's where my mind is mentally. I'm okay with it. I mean, it's not like I'm unhappy with my body. I'm grateful for how much I've lost. So I'm just happy to know there are options when I get to that point if I want to, like plastic surgery to, lift, tuck, plump up, whatever, all that stuff. So that's that. Gosh, I cannot believe it's February already. This is, let's see, next month, since you asked, is my birthday. So my last birthday of my 20s. So it's kind of a fun thought to know that I'm going into my 29th birthday, the last year of my 20s, with a bang. I really had a strong year. I've done a lot for myself that I wanted to do and feel really good about that. And I'm looking forward to, going into my 30th birthday next year and just wondering what's ahead. So that's what's on my mind this week. Thank you guys for watching and all your sweet comments and support. And a big shout out to my lovely accountability ladies. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Have a good weekend. Bye.